Hi guys, welcome to my 12 days of Christmas, day number 2. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys liked the first video. This is gonna be more like a story time, talk about Christmas memories, and I will be eating a tamal right now because I'm hungry. Hold on, let me get my tamal. Oh, my tamal's not ready yet, but moving on. So one of my favorite Christmas memories is Barbies were everything to me. Like, I just wanted to have all the Barbies. I wanted to have a bunch of clothes for them and stuff like that. Like, I was like that little girl. So one of my favorite memories was when I got the Barbie car. I was just in heaven. So it was like a green car that was like, you could take the roof off, and it was like one of those like fancy cars, and it was so cool. Yeah, it was so cool. So that was one of my favorite memories, and this memory is not one of my favorite memories, but this is like a memory that I will hold in my heart as like a teachable moment, you could say. So 3 years ago, my husband's family decided to drive up to San Francisco because he has family that lives up there, and another family came from Mexico to go over there. So they're like, oh, let's spend Christmas over there, blah blah blah. And me, I'm like a very traditional Mexican girl that had never even married, spent Christmas without her family. It was like one of the hardest Christmas for me, and I, like, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy the time over there because I got to be in San Francisco with Ezra. Ezra had never been there, so it was like new memories for him. And we went to the snow, we went to Lake Tahoe. We got all those memories, and it was so fun being there with his family. But just the fact that I was away from my mom and dad, like, for Christmas, I just felt like I could just cry any moment when I was over there, and it was so hard for me. But I did it because I love my husband, and I know that when you get married and you grow up, it's just part of growing up and being married and having in-laws that, you know, sometimes you do that. He has done that for me, but for some reason it was just so hard for me because if you know me, you know that I live like this with my mom. I'm like a mommy's girl. I have mamitis. It was just very hard for me. So that was just a year that I appreciated my mom way more than I did before, and that's why that memory is always gonna stick to me, because it just showed me that, like, I don't appreciate the fact that I'm like see my mom almost every day, just call her like, oh, she's there around the corner, you know, anything. And that day I felt like I was so far away from her. And it was Christmas, and you know, like, your emotions are everywhere. Like, it's Christmas, you're having a good time. Like, on top of that, Benjamin got sick. Like, he was so sick all Christmas. Oh my God, I just remembered. So he was asleep. Like, seriously, he was asleep the whole time, and I was just like with his family. Okay, but this is why I mentioned the story, because from that, yeah, I got like my mom. You know, like the whole, like, I was with my mom. What the hell? I got like the whole, like, appreciate my mom when I have her type of thing, and appreciate every holiday I get with her, because things can change really fast. So I got that lesson, right? That's why that memory, like, just, I brought it up. But this leads to one of my favorite Christmas memories, which is that year. So Benjamin was sick, like I mentioned. And then that day, Christmas Eve, like, you know, I was just like sad and all of that. Well, I have a pastor that I was super, super close with. He was my pastor for like, I would say like 10 years. He was my youth pastor. I was part of a youth ministry called Urban Life. And he moved up like around 5 years ago. He moved to the Bay Area. I just loved him so much. He was so close to him. You knew me, you knew Jake. His name was Jake. His name is Jake. And I got to spend Christmas Eve with him and his family. We went out to eat. It was like such a different experience because I never go out to eat on Christmas Eve. I'm like We do Nochebuena in our house because, like I said, I'm like a traditional Mexican girl. It was just so fun to be with Jake and his family we went to a Filipino restaurant. Food was so bomb. He ordered so much food. I got to spend time with him and his family and just spend Christmas Eve with him, which is something that even when he lived in San Diego, we didn't do because he would be with his family, I would be with mine. So that for sure is one of my favorite Christmas memories. Okay, I'm back. Ow, I burned my finger. I was grabbing my tamal. Okay, so I'm gonna eat because I'm starving. I really burned my tamal. Another favorite Christmas memory, my mom used to send us to Mexico with her mom. So I thought it was so fun because we used to do posadas. I remember breaking the piñata all the time. For some reason, I always remember that over there in Mexico, like they would let us write with white, like with the, I'm not sure with what, I just know it was white. Like people still do that here in the United States, but in that moment, like I had only done it in Mexico. I had never seen nobody do it over here. My mom didn't do it, like, so it was like a Mexico thing for me. And they used to let us write, like decorate the windows with whatever. I forgot with what, but that was so fun to me. That's like a really good memory I have, and being over there with my grandma. Another memory is when we were little and our parents used to take us to Disneyland, and we used to go with like all my cousins. That is forever one of like my favorite memories. And we would go not Christmas Day, but like during Christmas season, and just Disneyland is so beautiful already, but in Christmas time it's just like way more beautiful. Just being there with my cousins, my uncle, like it was just so nice. And just thinking about it, like it just makes me miss those moments, like when you're little and you're like hanging out with your cousins and like everybody's just together all the time, you know, like it's just fun. One of my all-time favorites till now every year is the way my mom decorates her house. So my mom has this huge tree that I'm hoping I can show you guys soon, that I tell her she stole it from Fashion Valley because it's huge. She decorates it so nice, but even before she had that huge tree, she would always decorate the house so nice. And it was my favorite time that my mom, like, you walk in and it's like winter wonderland, like everything has something of Christmas, every wall, like, and she goes all out taking out old pictures, old stuff we used to do when we were little. That is forever one of my favorite memories. But I think I said a lot of memories. I'm gonna finish eating my tamal, and I hope you guys enjoyed my little story time, and I hope you guys are having a really good December. Okay, look at this piece though. Esta sí se me quemó. So I hope you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet, click the bottom subscribe so you will not miss any of my videos. Also, turn on the notifications bell, that way you don't miss out when I post a video. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.